Our brother has been jailed for life, and the judge who jailed him saw before him what? You are distracting me. The judge who jailed him on Motosho saw things before him that made him to jail him for life. Good enough. But Mr. President has the greatest opportunity now. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a lawmaker. I'm not a lawmaker. I'm not a judge. I'm a lawmaker. What I am saying today, that Mr. President
Leader, please.
Mr. President today has the greatest opportunity as a very courageous person, that today I know that
point of order.
The counsels to Mazi Kalu Nwankwo has not gone to appeal. We are not appealing today. We are demanding today that within the ambit of law of these 90 days, he has not gone to court. For Mr. President to give him a pardon and release Nnamdi Kanu to us.
This is one of the most trying periods that our country is facing. Even in battle times, in war times, it's not easy to lose a brigadier general. It's not easy to lose a brigadier general. Even in battle times, it's not easy to see this mass of communities being displaced, harassed, taken hostage, and people killed in several parts of our country. Our democracy, right before our eyes, is being rubbished. Our country, right before our eyes, is losing prestige and respect.
A lot is going on in the National Assembly. Since yesterday till now, a lot is going on. A lot has been happening. I want you to take your time, listen to this video. How Oshomole and Akpabio been disgraced. You see, this country, if we are not careful, if we are not being careful, this country will become a Sharia country. And in fact, it's even happening now. So I want you to take your time, listen to this video. It's very important so that you know what is happening in this National Assembly. You see reasons why it is not good in this country, secular country, to have a one-party system that Tinubu is trying to do. This is just the typical example now of what is happening in this country. I want you to take your time, listen to this man. Anyways, this one demanded. He said this is a demand. They are demanding that the Kanu should be released. Listen to what he said. Listen to what Dixon said. How they shot Dixon up. Seriaki Dixon, when he was making his speech. On the same issue, because Dixon is a PDP member. And listen to what Oshomole said. You see, we cannot, with this manner in which we are handling these insecurity matters, we are not going anywhere. So when Oshomole is bragging every time, saying Tinubu is doing well, comment Tinubu, this and this and that, I wonder which Tinubu, do we have two Tinubus as a president, not the one that we know? Tinubu that has lost control of his presidency, because it doesn't look like Tinubu, a president, is in Asurok, or in fact, it's like, anyways, we know Tinubu has lost control of his presidency. When you say Tinubu is doing well, you cannot point what this man has done successfully, reasons why you should praise him. I don't know, but I want you to take your time, watch this video to the end. We'll come back and talk about it. Just leave your honest opinion. What do you think about this? And see what Akpabio and Oshomole. We'll come back. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. Be your guy, run for me now.
Honorable Judge Ozodinobi, I represent the good people of Funjikoka and Ochadunukofia Federal Constituency. I'm from Anambra State. Mine is a short one. I want to speak to the sovereignty of this country, of which we have gradually lost. As a child, I can beat my chest today that I'll be one of the few here standing that saw war as a child. What is happening in Nigeria today, especially in the north? Nigeria is at war. We must call it that. We must wage what is happening in the north. Confront it as we are fighting war. I want to speak, Mr. Speaker, on Nigeria as a sovereign nation. The news of the capture of this and summary execution of Brigadier General M. Uba by Aswad really broke my mind. Back to where we stopped. If terrorism can move freely, terrorists can move freely, like this, what is sovereign about Nigeria? Some people were shouting Nigeria is a sovereign nation. We don't need America. We don't need anyone. But Nigeria went to Congo. Nigeria went to Liberia through ECOMOG to help them out. We need help this time. Even if it's coming from Mali, from Chad, from Burkina Faso, we need help. Our children are being molested in the north. Our girls are being molested in the north.
If you got ill or injured today, you could be waiting up to a year.
Molested in the north. We were refugees during Nigerian Biafran War. As a child, I know how my parents suffered to keep me alive for that 3 years. But let us tell ourselves the truth. What kind of sovereignty allows terrorists to capture and kill a whole general like a common criminal? Because if terrorists can cross our borders at will, enter our villages at will, ambush military convoys at will, take entire towns at will, and now capture a brigadier general, then what exactly are we protecting with this so-called sovereignty? Is this sovereignty when terrorists are the ones controlling forests, highways, and communities? Is this sovereignty when commanders are killed and everyone stays silent, and our children out of school? We opposed the US when they wanted to help Nigeria destroy terrorists. We shouted, don't interfere, don't touch our sovereignty. But what is left is to protect when terrorists already operate like a government inside a government. A country that cannot secure its land is not sovereign. It is vulnerable. This is a personal opinion. A country where terrorists can humiliate military is not sovereign. It is under siege. A country that refuses international help while soldiers die is not sovereign. It is stubborn to its own destruction. If a general can fall like this, then all of us are naked. This is not time for pride. Take entire towns at will, and now capture a brigadier general. Then what exactly are we protecting with this so-called sovereignty? This is not a time for pride. This is not a time for ego. This is time to ask, what is sovereignty? What? If it cannot save a single life of a Nigerian. Truly, a country of particular concern. As an opposition, I'm standing here to say that Mr. President, I've observed over time since 1999, he's a very courageous person. That's why in 1999 in Lagos, I voted for him to be a governor. And I also saw his courage when, a minute after being sworn in, he removed the oil subsidy. Though timing was wrong, I saw his courage when he brought off 4 tax bill here, we passed. We saw his courage. And also I want to encourage him to extend that his courage. Today, our brother has been jailed for life, and the judge who jailed him saw before him what? You are distracting me. The judge who jailed him on Motosho saw things before him that made him to jail him for life. Good enough. But Mr. President has the greatest opportunity now. I'm not a lawyer, but I'm a lawmaker. I'm not a lawmaker. I'm not a judge. I'm a lawmaker. What I am saying today, that Mr. President
Leader, please. Leader, please.
Mr. President today has the greatest opportunity as a very courageous person, that today I know that
Point of order.
the counsels to Mazi Kalu Nwankwo has not gone for appeal. We are not appealing today. We are demanding today that within the ambits of law of these 60, 90 days, he has not gone
Point
to
of
court.
order.
For Mr. President to give him a pardon and release Nnamdi Kanu to us. I rest my case.
Okay, thank you.
Bayelsa West, and I rise to make a brief contribution to this discussion on a very serious issue. Yesterday, you recall, Mr. President, that out of concern, I raised this issue with you, and you said this motion was being considered. So I'm happy that the deputy leader has brought this. But let me observe, just as the way Senator Baribe also touched on that briefly. Please, this is one of the most trying periods that our country is facing. Even in battle times, in war times, it's not easy to lose a brigadier general. It's not easy to lose a brigadier general. Even in battle times, it's not easy to see this mass of communities being displaced, harassed, taken hostage, and people killed in several parts of our country. Our democracy, right before our eyes, is being ravished. Our country, right before our eyes, is losing prestige and respect, and is endangered by the day. So this is a very serious motion. And I want to briefly object to the way and manner some of the comments from the other side have been on this very serious issue. This is the Senate of the Federal Republic.
Sorry,
I'm coming. Let me make my views, please.
You land, but which other side? There's only
No.
There's only one side.
The mover of the motion. I'm coming. Before I say, please. The mover of the motion talked about.
This one, Senator Dixon.
He's taking it back. No. He's taking it back. SP. On the other side. SP. To discuss this issue of national security, when they I'm not as President with an intention of the presidency that will come here and comment on a situation like this. Please, I respectfully request we have all that statement. You have to withdraw that. You have to withdraw that. No. We are talking about commendation. No. Which all the prayers that are going all over the commended. Who commended?
Time is up.
Well, you are the deciding officer. If on this very serious national issue.
Can I guide you? Can I guide you? If you want to.
Discussing this very, very important motion. Section 14.2 of the Constitution is very clear. The purpose of government is security and welfare of its citizens. This problem of insecurity has bedeviled this country for a very long time. This chamber, that is the Senate, should not be lamenting. As you said, should be looking for solution and making appropriate recommendation. Fortunately, this president is responsible in terms of the issues of insecurity, as exhibited by cancelling his trip to G20 in order to attend to this very serious problem. I want to really add on what the former Senate President said, Senator Ahmed Lawan, on the way forward. I have been the chairman of Committee on Army in the 9th Senate. And during his leadership, we had, I think, 4 summits on this issue of security. Unfortunately, it didn't solve the problem that time. Recommendations were made and efforts were also made. Distinguished colleagues, let us use this opportunity to give the president or the leadership the necessary support in order to address this very serious problem of insecurity that is expanding to a level where government will sit down and negotiate with criminals or bandits or terrorists. The Nigerian Armed Forces and other security agencies are putting in their best. So, I'm really not comfortable with blaming them. Nigerian Army, for example, is operating in almost 32 states as it is now. They are overstretched. They don't have the number. The whole of the Nigerian Army, up to now, are not up to 300,000. I'm the one. 177. Okay, it is the police that. So, the Nigerian Army is less than 200,000. Nigerian police, less than 400,000. In fact, our security agencies all put together, including civil defense, DSS, whatever we have, it's not up to 1 million. In Egypt, the total population of Egypt is about 100 million. They have 1 million police. They have 500 active armed forces. 500,000. And they have 800,000 reserve. That is Egypt with 100 million. Okay. And distinguished colleagues, in every family in Egypt, if you have an adult that is up to 18 years or above, one of them must be in one of the security services. That is part of their rule. So, the solution is what I have been talking since I was the chairman of army. There are 4 things that need to be done urgently on a short-term, medium-term, and long-term basis. Number 1 is training. Our armed forces and other security agencies are not well trained for the challenges that we are facing now. The Nigerian army is trained to fight an enemy that is identifiable. But this time around, they are fighting an unknown enemy. That's why you hear they say unknown gunmen, because the gunman is not known. We have to train them adequately. Secondly, and this is also very, very important, is equipment for the armed forces. Mr. President, as I'm speaking to you now, the Army Aviation sector, which was strengthened by the current president, the coming of Mr. President changed the dynamics. But he is handicapped. Right now, the Nigerian Army Aviation has only 2 helicopters. They ordered for 12.
No, I don't want us to go into details of trying to what they don't have, because the security chiefs will still appear before us. Let them come and tell us what they have and what they don't have, and then tell us what they need in a closed session. In a closed session, then we'll take it from there.
Well,
so let me thank you for your contribution.
No, let me learn aspect of it, which is very a point of order.
It's going to land. You'll take it. I know, but let him just land.
I can still hover around and then let him check you. Okay. Lastly, sir, this is very, very important, and I understand. I try to bring emotion on that, and the issue of remuneration of the armed forces and other security agents. As I told you last time, in Africa, where they have army, the whole of Africa, Nigeria's base salary for a private is second to the last. They receive 100,000, and this is because the president, this current president, when he came in and we raised this matter, he doubled the salary. And do you know what? A private Nigerian army now is receiving 100,000. Their daily ration before was 1,500. Now the president increased it to 5,000. Mr. President, please be patient. This is very, very important.
We are not yet there.
Okay.
When they come, we need.
Sir, with all due respect, generals don't complain. You don't expect a general to come and tell the Senate here.
We will compel them to discuss freely with us. Please.
They have their CNC.
That should be in a closed session. Let's not let's not bat their head behind their back.
So, we should give the president, get those kidnapped back. The only thing that they can do is to track. But we don't have satellite images and capacity.
To your knowledge, we have
Sir,
I was a governor up to Taraba, up to Jalingo.
Mr. President.
So it's just the wheel.
Mr. President.
I picked them up in any part of the country. So please, don't go there. How did they even...
I'm giving you information, Mr. President, please.
But I'm saying,
we have 4 satellites. Nigeria has 4 satellites. And we don't have satellite coverage or surveillance 24 hours. We don't have it.
The Senator, can I thank you for your contributions? And please, that some of these details should be discussed in closed session.
Because when you invited Senator Abaribe to speak, you went on to reinforce the sentiments expressed by Senator Abaribe. Abaribe is not of APC. And so any attempt by anyone to distract us from what is obviously a national issue is a disservice to our collective desire to stand firm together and find a solution to what is clearly a national problem that has been there for over 20 years. Mr. President, I am not ashamed to affirm that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu is doing his best.
Correct.
He's doing his best. That we have not yet there doesn't mean that he has done anything knowingly, whether by negligence or lack of interest. Under your leadership, Mr. President, you have encouraged us to approve not once, not twice, special supplementary budget to support our armed forces, arising from the request of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Those requests were not meant for the armed forces to buy ice cream. It wasn't meant for them to do tobola in military nightclubs. They are meant to strengthen the armed forces, to re-equip them, to give them access to acquire modern technology, and to train, and even now, directive to recruit more men and women into the armed forces. Therefore, there can be no question that President Tinubu is doing his best. In moments like this, the devil can come in and make us so confused that we might turn against ourselves and then, by default, allow the enemy to behave as if he's having an upper hand. However, what I think we should do, which under your leadership, even in your statement, you have already encouraged us to come up with such suggestion, is in the light of what we now know, what can we begin to do differently and contribute those ideas to support the executive initiative? What there, for example, is, and you amplified it, even in greater details than any one of us in this house, when you revisited the statement by the governor of Kebbi State. Nigerians are entitled to know, and it is no longer national secret, the commander of that area who ordered that those men be withdrawn. It is to be a national secret to be kept within military cycle. Nigeria should know the name, and the person should be brought to justice under the Terrorist Act. Number two, Mr. President.
Is it the view of the Senate?
Yes.
That the issue just canvassed now, that should form part of our prayers?
Yes.
Those who support say aye. Aye. Those against say nay. The ayes have it. That is taken. Yeah. We will form part of our prayers.
Mr. President, under your leadership, we have passed death penalty on terrorism. This parliament is on record as having done that. Mr. President, I am troubled when, after all the efforts that security agencies and the prosecuting authorities have to invest to secure conviction, because unfortunately the state cannot behave like a mob. So you have to prosecute, follow due process. I am troubled by the conflicting judgment by various high court judges, where the law says act of terrorism, if convicted, shall attract death penalty. No judge has a right to pronounce less than that. It is only when you have implemented the law, interpret the law, not the sentiment of a judge, the will of the people as conveyed in a law, then the president can decide if there are reasons for him to do so, whether to commute or to reduce. How can an offense that carry death penalty, a judge reduce it to 20 years in prison? That is not acceptable. He has violated the laws passed by the parliament. Number three, sir, and this will be the last.
Has that happened in Nigeria already?
It has.
That
somebody convicted of terrorism was sentenced to 20 years in prison.
No.
Can I be allowed to land?
This Senator. You have
Mr. President, that is the leader of ASAR. They have a group.
You have 30 seconds.
A terrorist group called ASAR.
You have 30 seconds to land, but please be guided. Okay. Let's concentrate on the issue in discussion.
I will be guided. These are our people. For example, somebody allegedly killed someone who came to attack him on his farm. And because he killed in self-defense, the man was sentenced to death. But there is no evidence that those who have come to attack farmers and kill farmers, there is no evidence that they have been so convicted, sentenced to death. These are some of the issues we have to deal with, so that nobody is given any excuse to misunderstand what is clearly a national challenge. I believe that President Tinubu inherited a situation that was already so complicated that no one of us, if we were to become president, can decree insecurity out of existence overnight. But we can begin to mobilize discernible action. We can begin to re-examine some of the discontent, but also call on the security chiefs. I am sure my colleagues here, you listen when the chief of defense staff said there is what they call war economy. That is to say, there are officers who may well be making money from this crisis. And that is why the issue of accountability, even on the part of the armed forces, is now a requirement that our relevant committees should be able to work on and ensure that we do not have saboteurs in the army or those who don't want the crisis to end, such that, we keep appropriating money, people are getting richer, and more Nigerians are being wasted. But I conclude by saying, all of us must commend the president for what he has been doing. If you see his face on television, you know that the president is not sleeping. What we need is our collective wisdom to reinforce his own limited wisdom, because nobody has monopoly of wisdom, so that together we can find a holistic solution. This situation calls for national unity. It calls for collaboration. We must not talk as Christians or as Muslims. We must not talk as Northerners or Southerners, Easterners or Westerners. It's a national challenge, and we need a national solution. Thank you, Mr. President.
Things like this, I just laugh, because the problem is bigger than even the National Assembly. As we speak now, the problem is bigger than National Assembly. Now, start by Dixon Seriaki. You see what, at the end, they did not allow Dixon to make his speech to complete. They shut him up. They shut him up because he's PDP members. You didn't allow him to conclude. And this is very important. This is because he is a PDP criticizing APC. And if that house is like 70% APC members. So they do not want to give time to somebody who is speaking against this government. See, Abaribe, see what he said. See how Shomole responded. Dixon, because these people are not giving a kudos to Tinubu, that Tinubu is doing well. Obviously, Tinubu is not doing well. So it is the eyes of the APC members that Tinubu is doing well. So in that house now, there are 80 or 70% APC members. So it's very easy for all of them to come together and shut opposition up. Now, Dixon said that he was shut up. We never allowed him to finish his statement. That's how bad it is. Now, the man was saying something when he said the other side. He doesn't like the way the other side. You should have allowed him to finish and explain to you. You didn't allow him to finish. Even if he said the other side is the president, he doesn't like the way, because he's not an APC member, he doesn't like the way APC member, which is the president of APC, is handling this issue. Do you understand? So he doesn't like it. Or you feel he's saying he doesn't like the way the Northerners. That's what you meant. That's what you think he's talking about. He doesn't like the way the Northerners are handling this issue. Even as that, is it not obvious? Is it not obvious? You see, again, you said people keep on saying that Tinubu is doing where he suspended his trip to South Africa to attend the G20 summit, economic summit in South Africa. He suspended. See, reasons why you suspended that trip. Because of insecurity. It is not even a good thing to say insecurity in your country. Because of insecurity, you suspended your trip to South Africa. Do you understand? It means these people is even winning. It is not a good thing. If some occasions, if not because of insecurity, if you have traveled, yeah, we know there is problem because it has become a national issue. It's even like, okay, you go, that means, yeah, but now you suspended your trip because of this. These people is winning. Next time they will do it again. When you have another important meeting to attend again, they will do worse. Then you suspend the trip again. And if, for example, the trip is going to yield something good to us, then you suspend. Your presence is different from vice president. Anyways, leave that aside. But let people not say because Tinubu is doing well. This is why he suspended his trip. Because insecurity is winning. That's why he suspended. Those people are happy because of them. You suspended your trip. That's how it is. Now, like I said, they shut this thing up. They didn't allow him to finish. Abaribe, the same thing. And look at what Oshomole is saying. You see, this country, we are a joke. We become a country of a disgrace. We are a disgraceful country, like Donald Trump said. It's just that Donald Trump in America said it. It's not a... You can see what is happening. Look at what Akpabio said now. And look at this man. When somebody is trying to touch on very important issues, then Akpabio will shut them up. Akpabio will shut them up. But when you are giving kudos, every speech you want to make, dedicate that speech to say Tinubu is doing well, because Tinubu is like an egg before Akpabio. He doesn't want that piece of egg to get broken. So he's very protective of Tinubu. He doesn't want any fly to even come close to Tinubu. That's why if you have been following them, listen to Akpabio whenever he makes it, or whenever somebody is making his presentation, he tried to criticize government. Akpabio shut them up. Yes, Akpabio shut them up. But if you want to use 1 hour to commence Tinubu's effort that he's doing where he's doing this, doing that, Tinubu has done well, hey, let's clap for him. Akpabio will give you time. Do you understand? But if there is 50% members in that house, if you try to shut them up, the other party who are not happy with the current situation will not allow you to shut them up. Yes, there will be a commotion. The house will be a house of commotion. It has happened before. But now, this is just the off microphone, finish. At the end of the day, if there are many in that house, you must complete his presentation. Yes, no other person will even make the presentation. Do you understand? This is a national issue. Yes, we know. But who is the president? You see, when somebody is saying, taking it, when somebody is blaming this opposition that this insecurity has been there 20 years, PDP's time, hey, please spare me out of this nonsense that you guys are trying, this narrative, please. It doesn't make any sense. It doesn't. How can you be comparing? How can you be talking about PDP at this time after 8 years of Buhari, going to 3 years of Tinubu, over 10 years, going to 11 years in office, because the country was bad? Yes, you said you come to correct the country, the mistakes that this party made. Why is this taking you so many years to fix this country, to even get it right? Yet you are not even getting it right. You are even worsening the situation. Yet people should close eyes, people should fold hands and watch you damage the country. Is that what you want? Whenever you make presentation, Buhari's era, they continue to blame Buhari. They continue to blame Jonathan, PDP's time. Now, Tinubu's era, again, they are not even blaming Buhari. They are still blaming PDP. Well, that shows the level of incompetencies we have as a president. It's just a photo. Do you understand? And now with all this problem, he hardly speak, he hardly address his people. Now, if we have a country, when people said, we need technologies, we need this, we need that, we don't have this, we don't have that. If you want to fight these people, you need to first of all show the level of seriousness. When you show that seriousness, that's when we know that these people are serious. Because they would have done more because of this equipment, materials, technologies they do not have, is the reasons why they are not able to deal with these issues heads down. Do you understand? But not when you have not done anything, you continue to bring this, bring that, bring that. A leader do not complain. Leader solve issues, solve problems. They don't complain. If you continue to complain, every little thing you are complaining, looking for somebody to blame, it shows that you are not competent, you are not fit for the job. If you are a CEO, if you are a managing of any company, you continue to complain to the owner of the company every time you are not able to meet up because of the previous one, they will get you fired. You'll be fired. You are not competent enough. They see the owner does not hire you to remember him of his past, of the past. Do you understand? So now, take for instance, for example, a governor said in this country, this does not require technology. This does not require helicopters. This does not require drone. This does not require whatever technology you want to put it, because they do not have. Is the reason why they are not able to solve this problem. Like I said, start from somewhere. Do you understand? Now they are giving you condition. Donald Trump giving you condition. List public the names of the sponsors of this terrorist group. Is it difficult to do? We know the sponsors, but you don't want to do that. Put that aside. Then the military, the armed forces of this country, they said they want to fight. Now a governor come. Okay, let me even take these three major ones now. The governor of Nasarawa, this governor, he came on national television before this issue even started. If at all they are ready to solve this issue, the governor said the bandit in his state is getting too much. They are tired. They are worried. This and that. What's the way forward? That the governor said that they know these bandits. They know who they are. They know where they live. They know their family. They come to town to buy food, whatever they need to buy. After everything, they go back to the bush where they stay. A governor said that. So now they now ask the governor, why have you not been able to get them arrested? Do something about it. The governor said, that is $1 million questions that everybody are asking. He does not have control over security, police and the military. He does not have control over them. He can't command them. It doesn't take instruction from him. Now, when the military hear that, or a president hear that, this is a first-class information from a governor. Why don't you send your military? Why don't the military collaborate with this governor, work with them to get these people arrested? They didn't do that. Fine. That one, does it require drone? Does it require technology to do? He said they know them. They know where they are. They know their family. They know everything about them. They didn't do that. And you are expecting the problem to solve itself? No. Now, secondly, The governor of Kebbi State came recently because of these school girls, 25 of them that were kidnapped. The governor said they have an intel that they were coming, like they sent a message before, that they were going to attack that school and kidnap girls. Because of that, governor of the state ordered the military to go and protect the school, guide the school in the night. In the middle of the night, around 2 a.m., somebody called the military that were guiding this school in the middle of the night, 2 a.m., where the children were asleep. Somebody called this military on the phone, asked them to leave that base. Now, somebody gave the order, leave there now. Our boys, our men are going to that school to operate, to kidnap those girls. If you like yourself, leave that place now. The military that were there, the security that were in that school, they left the place. Then these bandits, they went there, they kidnapped those girls, they went away. Then the governor in the morning, what happened? He now asked a question. Who ordered this military that were there, the security forces that were there, to leave that place? The question we are still asking to today, nobody has been responding. Nobody has answered the question. The military organ has not even called the commander of Kebbi State. What happened? Who was that person? Who made the call? Nobody. And you want the problem to solve itself? You don't want to discipline that person? And that person now, he knows a lot what you do not know, because they are politics. You are using human lies to pre-politics, isn't it? And you want the problem. You said Tinubu is doing well. You said the militaries are doing well. You see problem, see solution to the problem. You don't want to do it. You are blaming other party who left office how many years ago. He doesn't done. Now, the recent one, the 38 church member, they were kidnapped in CAC Church in Kwara State. They said they released them. They didn't pay a ransom, pay anything. Now, they asked the spokesperson to Tinubu, Bayo Onanuga, what can you tell us about the rescue of these members that were kidnapped? How did you guys rescue them? What happened? Tell us. He said that the DSS and the military, the police, all of them, they worked together to rescue those girls. Then he said the DSS, our DSS, called the kidnapper or the terrorists on the phone. He contacted them, asked them to release those girls. Now, command, release those girls or release those members. Now, command. And they did so, they released them. The person now said, just like that. He said, because they know the consequences of not releasing them. Can you imagine? That's what he said. He said they know the consequences of not releasing them after DSS make the call to them. That is to say, DSS have bandits, terrorists, phone number, they can communicate, they can call each other. Yet no arrest has been made, no no exchange of firearms on both sides, or because at the cost of rescuing them, nothing. Nobody sustained injury, wounds. And you say you are fighting insecurity in this country. When somebody criticizes the government, you say you want to, you are after the person. Why did you have to do that? Why are you criticizing the government? The government has shows, if are too many on seriousness, that there are too many reasons for us to believe that this government is not serious. It's not competent enough. Then Akpabio is talking, behaving as if he doesn't know what is happening in this country. That is a Senate president. He doesn't know what is happening in the judiciary. Where the country, the judiciary has now monetized, giving a confusing, delivering a confusing statement, judgment every time, confusing the public, confusing the international. Come on now, we need to be serious in this country. They are contradicting issues every time. Judges in Nigeria is not longer a judge. Is no longer a judge. Don't deliver judge based on constitution. Again, they are not delivering judges based on politics. And you cannot bring politics into law. Then you are using politics to replace existing law, which it doesn't make any sense. You are just calling for a global attention. When this become a global attention, just like now, I think I heard a story, news that they say the ICC are asking Omotosho to provide the written law, the law of which Nnamdi Kanu were convicted. How can you sentence somebody without all this? Even lawyers has come many times to explain. You don't put emotion, you don't deliver judgment based on what somebody told you to do and replacing the words of somebody's mouth to replacing the existing laws that we know, that lawyers know. Come on now, we should behave like a serious people in this country. The country. He has lost control of his government. Yes, what do you think? He has lost control. Leave your comment, opinion. Don't forget to share, like, share, comment, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I'll be your guy. Don't know for me now.